Okay guys, how's everyone doing today? Enjoying your Friday? Thank God it's Friday. I know I'm enjoying it. Ah, so I have a question for you guys. Does anybody believe, I mean, we all know that the government has been giving all these checks out to people who have lost their jobs. And I know it's great. It's these packages and stuff that the president has been giving out. But I want to talk about something similar to that on another note. May not be that similar, but it's something called Social Security disability. Um, People that are permanently disabled. Oh, sorry, my camera's shaking. I don't have the greatest tripod ever. That's why if you want to sub to me, it'll all go to new equipment. But you don't have to. I'm not asking for handouts. Um, but Social Security um, gives you, at least for me, they give me $720 a month. And with that $720 a month, that's supposed to cover rent or a mortgage payment, whatever. Utilities, including gas, electric, real estate taxes, your cable, if you have cable, which that does not, when you only have 720, you obviously probably don't have even cable. But then you have to think about toilet paper, paper towels, cleaning products. What if your house needs a new roof? There's so many things. The government gives you just enough money, depending upon where you're living. Because it also dictates what area you live in. Do you live in a middle class neighborhood with and there's nothing wrong with other neighborhoods, but do you live in a nice community? Or do you live in a rough community, where you have to look over your shoulder if you go out at 1 in the morning? Or you have to worry about locking your car doors. And I know people look at me and think, well, you always have to lock your car doors. Where I live, give me a second, I got dry mouth. I live in a remote area in the suburbs of Philadelphia, about 20 miles north of Philly. And it's really rural. It's nice. But to get back to what I was saying, when you are on disability, they give you just enough money to skate by the skin of your teeth, to just skate by. Because first of all, $120 on food stamps, that's one grocery order. What are you supposed to do for the next 3 months? The food banks you only can go every other week. Used to be every week you could go. Now they changed it to every other week because there's so many people that need it. And fortunately for me, I have a mother and a father who are wonderful parents. I love them dearly. And they subsidize me. They buy the groceries, and they pay for them, because I can only afford 1 week's worth of groceries. They pay for the cleaning supplies, the paper towels, the toilet paper, all these other things that doesn't, that's that you would think. People have a total misconception about Social Security. They think, oh, it pays for everything and you're set. The only thing I can say about Social Security is you have the best health care coverage. Almost everything is covered. And if you do have to pay anything, it's literally $1 for a prescription. But most prescriptions are $0. You have to go to the hospital, $0. And I am disabled, and the reason why I'm disabled, and this is going to go back to the $0. We're going to bring that back up again, the $0 in a minute. I was in a car accident. I hit a tree. Was in rough shape, really bad rough shape. A car ran me off the road. And now, granted, I was in the wrong as well, because I was going about 80 miles an hour on an open stretch of road. But now there's side streets on this open road. And somebody was they were trying to get out onto the open road that I was on, off of the side street. And I was coming down a hill going 80, and I guess they thought they had enough time to pull out, but they didn't. And I was literally going to T-bone them. And I knew that if I hit that car and there was somebody, I didn't know if there was anybody in the passenger seat, but if there was, I could potentially kill them. And then I would be looking at a manslaughter charge because I was going 80 miles an hour. But we never found the person because I didn't hit them. I swerved at the last minute, and I went off the road onto about 2 acres worth of land on this person's house. And once I hit the grass, my car lost control. I struck one tree on the broad side of my car, and then I ricocheted off, and then I hit a second tree head on. I broke my nose. It's still crooked. You probably don't think it is, but I can tell. I broke my jaw. I lost, believe it or not, I don't like to do this but I'm sure you can tell on stream because I don't have my teeth in. I lost almost all my bottom teeth because my face hit the windshield, and then the rear view mirror, my face hit that and pushed it right through the windshield and outside onto the ground. So my face really smacked. I had to have facial reconstructive surgery. So you may think my face looks good, but to me, I can tell it looks different because of the reconstructive facial surgery I had to have. Multiple surgeries I've had to have. And I'm still having surgeries with certain teeth that from the accident that weren't pulled, that we left alone, are now having complications and are having to be pulled. So still, after 20 years, still having work done. But yeah, here I'll show you. I lost these teeth. So no teeth there from the car accident. But I was permanently disabled because of that. And I mean, you would think that Social Security, I mean, I think it's a good program. I'm not trying to put the program down or anything. Oh, thank you, Dementia. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just saw that. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Dementia. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dementia. Thank you, that will come in handy. especially with all my bills I have to pay, my medical bills and stuff. Thank you, I appreciate that, Dementia. But, no, so being disabled, you know, I'm used to it, you know? Like, I mean, some people are embarrassed, but me, I'm not embarrassed. I'll talk about it. I'll tell you the things I've dealt with in my lifetime. I mean, besides being disabled, physically disabled, I'm bipolar, which a lot of people are kind of scared when they hear that term, bipolar. But it doesn't really, people don't understand bipolar. There's bipolar 1 and there's bipolar 2. Bipolar 1, I believe, and I should look that up actually on my computer right now, because, oh, thank you again, Dementia. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much, Dementia. Awesome. Really appreciate it. Really do appreciate that. Enough about talking about me. Does anybody have any new games that are coming out that they're interested in playing or trying? Why does my camera keep shaking? I can't keep this camera from not shaking. I'm curious to see what games are going to come out this fall. What new games are going to come out. I know the new Xbox is coming out. Curious to see what it's like. It's supposedly really powerful, so we'll see what it's about. And hopefully it's revolutionized the Xbox in the gaming community. I mean, I think it's really gonna revolutionize things. I mean, I think things have already revolutionized since the Xbox 360. God, I could go for a cigarette. I know you don't like to hear that, but that's what I really could feel like. I really shouldn't smoke. It's a really bad habit. But people don't realize nicotine is as addictive as heroin. Nicotine is a very addictive drug. And people don't understand that. And now, when I grew up, in my day, my younger days, I should say, smoking was socially acceptable. Now today, I get shamed. I get shamed for smoking. But yet I see tons of streamers on here smoking the vape pens. But yet, and that's fine. But if I smoke a cigarette, it's like, ooh, dirty habit, bad, disgusting. But watch, 20 years from now, they're gonna find out that vaping causes men's testicles to fall off and their dicks to shrivel up. And it's like, that's what they're gonna find out in 20 years. And then everybody's gonna be like, oh my God, vaping's horrible. Oh my God, you're vaping on camera. I can't believe you're doing that. That's such a disgusting habit. It's like, I swear that's what's gonna happen. Because right now they think cigarettes are so disgusting. But you just wait, mark my word. In the next 20 to 30 years, something's going to come up about the vaping. They've already came up with, it causes something called popcorn lung. And popcorn lung kills you. It actually does something to your lungs, and it's from vaping. So, I mean, smoking, vaping, none of it's good, but vaping, supposedly, they don't know enough about it, and now they're finding out that it's causing something called popcorn lung, which is killing kids and teens. So, I've been smoking cigarettes since I was 12, and it hasn't killed me yet. Where on the news there was this girl, she had been vaping for 3 years, and then she died from it. Well, I've been smoking for 20 some years, and I'm still around and kicking. Now I know people don't want to hear that because cigarettes are bad and it's not a healthy thing, but I'm just saying, we don't know, what my point is that I'm trying to make is, we know a lot more about cigarettes and the long-term effects. Like, okay, it does take a long time before it's going to cause cancer or anything, whatever other things it could cause. But with vaping, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen in the next 30 years. For all we know, it could cause something 3 times as worse as cancer, or 3 times as worse as emphysema, or COPD. Which is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. It's up the lungs. So, and I had that, believe it or not. I was diagnosed with COPD. It's called chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. I have 20% lung capacity. That's another one of my ailments. Another one of my health issues. If I told you all my health issues in one video, we'd be here for over an hour. It's very odd that I'm not even 40 yet, and I have the health issues of like a 60 or 70 year old. I have bad genes. And it's just my body, it's the way it is. Do I think I'll hit 70 years old? No. I have a feeling I'll die before I'm 70 because of my health conditions. I was told by a doctor not to expect to live past 70. That's not even, and he even said you might not even hit 70. So, when you hear that, you're like, okay. Plus, I'm on something called what's it called? Dilaudid? Not Dilaudid. It's that's something completely different. Descovy, I think it's called. It's antiviral medicine for HIV. It's called this something. I can't even think of the name of it. It's not Truvada. Truvada is to prevent the transmission of HIV. It will not transmit it. You can have sex and with someone with HIV and you won't transmit it. But then there's this stuff called Descovy. I'm not saying it right. And that stuff is for people with HIV. And when you have it, it slows the progression of it and will make you be undetectable. What undetectable means is that if you are HIV undetectable, you cannot transmit it to your partner or anyone else. It is basically so, the viral load is so low and the count is so low that it is as if it is undetectable. The virus is undetectable in your body, and that nobody, and that it's like untraceable, so that it's not contagious. But I mean, there's so many things. What else do I need to talk about today with you guys? What do you guys think about this Ancestry.com and putting your like your genes out there and stuff? You know, me, I'm a little hesitant on that. I don't like to do that because, and this is probably me just being kind of like a worrywart, and I don't want to put, like, I don't want to put my DNA out there because as much as they say it's private, if somebody wants to, if somebody really wants to get that DNA from the ancestry or whatever gene, like if you want to find out anything about your genes, or a paternity test, and you can do these things and send them in online. They say that it's private and that they don't share it with anybody, but if a cop or the police would say, we think we're looking for, suppose they go, and this has happened before, the police will go to these, like ancestries, and they'll be like, we're looking for someone with this type of a gene, da 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 da, and they're like, and they've convicted people because they have submitted their DNA to these ancestries, and they've gotten the DNA from, they've served Ancestry a warrant saying we need to get that copy of that DNA. And then they prosecute the person. So I would never, for example, when, I don't know, all my viewers, you're from all over the world, but I don't know what your hospitals are like, but where I'm at, they have this thing, and it's not a kiosk, but it's this thing where it's supposed to make it a quicker process to get checked in and out of the hospital, to like check in the hospital. It tells you all your information. It's called a palm scan. You put your hands, put it down on this machine that has lasers, and it reads everything. It will detect, it reads your palm. It takes photos of like your fingerprints and everything, and then it stores it in a file on the hospital's website or whatever, wherever, the cloud. And then when you go the next time, you put your hand in, it brings up all your information, so they don't need your insurance cards, they don't need anything, and the process goes a lot quicker. But once again, my fear is if Ancestry, if the police can get your DNA that way without you submitting it to them, and I'm not committing any crimes, but I just don't like the thought of somebody having access to my DNA. How do I know they're not going to have access to my fingerprints and my palm? So I'm kind of cautious with that. And that's because of my father. My father is a very private person, and he sort of drilled that into me. So, anybody else joining my chat? If there's people in here that want to bring their friends in, bring your friends over. Have them come on over to my channel. We can all chat and have a party. My channel should be fun. We should talk about things, topics, today's world events. What's going on in the world today? Do we want to talk about that? Or do we want to talk about a good movie or a good TV show? What about the haves and the have-nots on Oprah Winfrey channel? That's one of my favorites. Or The Good Doctor. That's a good show too. But I still got 3 viewers. Anybody else want to come join my channel? Let me see what's going on. Let's look here. Just gotta take 1 second for a minute, guys. Gotta check something. You know, you guys have been really good today and great. And okay guys, I'm just doing one thing real quick. It'll take me a second. Okay guys. Okay, I'm back. Hope you're all still doing good. Trying to do something real quick. I will be right back. Give me 1 second. I wish I knew how to put a be right back page on my screen, which I don't. So I will just do this and run a 150-second ad. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm having a little bit technical difficulties, bear with me. Okay everyone, sorry for the delay. I'm back. I know I haven't talked in a few minutes. Working on my PC. I'm trying to update my Twitch channel. And this thing can be difficult sometimes, but we're all here. We're all in it together. Just need to get back to my chat so I can see who's typing. Oh, okay, Dementia, I'll talk to you later. Thanks again. Thanks again, Dementia. I appreciate all your bits. Thanks for your support. Your support's going to go to help build my channel, help for getting me better equipment so that you don't see this shaking of my camera because I don't have a tripod. It'll help to get me equipment, help me to build my channel. So I am so thankful to Dementia today. So let's all raid Dementia and say, Dementia, he is great. Follow Dementia. Go follow him. You need to follow him. He is a great man for doing that to me today. So, yeah, anybody that throws bits at me or does a sub, I always like to tell people to follow that person, and I like to go and I like to follow them in their streams as well, give them likes and a follow, and I like to sub to them as well because we're all here trying to earn a buck, and you know, we might as well help each other out to try and get our channels up and running and active. So yeah, sounds great. Thank you so much, Dementia. Bye. Nice. So now, once 5 o'clock hits, that's when I go, and I don't know how many people in here are familiar with I don't know if too many people in here are familiar with medical marijuana, because for some people who struggle every day with anxiety, stress, migraines, chronic pain, loss of appetite due to chemotherapy, or whatever, I forget what it's called. It really comes in handy and helps. There's a lot of people, it's controversy, It's a big controversial thing. Some people are for it, some people aren't. If you're for it, let me know. I want to know what your opinions are on this. So please, feel free to chat. Let me know. I'd like to interact with you. Tell me, are you for medical marijuana or are you against it? Let me know. That's what I'm curious to find out today. What is your opinion on it? As my opinion on it is, I'm on a toss-up. You know, I think it's beneficial for certain people with certain illnesses. Do I think kids should be doing it? No. Now, well, no, kids shouldn't be doing it recreationally now. Now, I went to my dispensary, and there was a kid in there, but he had autism. And the mother kept apologizing. I'm sorry, she's like, I'm sorry, wait, when he gets his medicine, because it's medicine, when he gets his medicine, he'll be completely different. Because when you have autism, you tend to shout out and be very verbal and yelling and screaming and, well, when the kid went in, when I was in the waiting room and I saw the kid and I felt bad for him. He was young, he was probably like 12, but I felt bad for the kid. And then when they went back into the dispensary, he was taking pills. That's what he took. He didn't use flour or anything. He took pills. When they were done, the woman stayed in the lobby for a little while talking to one of the security guards, and he was a police officer, but for a part-time job because of COVID-19, and everything with this controversial thing with all the cops and everything, and the Black Lives Matter, and how these cops are having issues with, do we even go to work because we can't even do our job because everything we do, it's coming back to bite us in the ass. So do we even want to work if we do something and then it's going to come back and they're going to say to us, they're going to come back and be like, that was wrong. We want you to be prosecuted. That was a wrong move. And it's like, these police officers have been doing this for the last 50 years, the same thing, and all of a sudden now it's not right. But I still believe that all lives matter. Black lives, white lives, gay lives, straight lives, trans lives. I don't think it's one life. I don't think it's just black lives. I think all lives have to matter. Every single one. Because God loves all. Jesus did not just say black lives. He said all lives. He loved everyone. And that's the truth. God loves all. He doesn't discriminate. But it's just gotten out of control. I mean, I feel bad. I mean, there was this cop where I live in Allentown, and if you guys saw what he did, you remember George Floyd. Everybody knows George Floyd. He was the cop. He was the guy that got a knee put on him. Well, the same thing happened in Allentown, Pennsylvania. But it didn't. The guy didn't die or anything. But it had. But see, the thing is, the cop wasn't in the wrong in this case. In the George Floyd case, the cop was wrong. But in Allentown, Pennsylvania, the person was arresting give me a second, need a drink, was a wristing arrest. And the two cops, the one put his knee on his back, not his neck, on his back, and his hand was on his head pushing it down. The guy was trying to spit at him and said he had COVID-19 and was spitting on the cops. So they had to do that so they wouldn't get spit at. And while the one cop put his hand on his head and his knee on his back, the other cop cuffed him. And it was a big thing because it had happened just after the George Floyd thing. But they thought that they determined that there was that the cops were not acting in any malicious way or anything, that they were just doing their job. But it's kind of like, now the cops are scared to do anything, and they're letting everybody take over. They're letting criminals just run around and cause a muck all over, not just Pennsylvania, it's everywhere. It's New York, it's Chicago, it's California, it's everywhere, and it's ridiculous. You know, it's becoming petty. I mean, COVID-19 is going to spread. You see all these people on top of each other trying to come in and out of stores and looting, and just not good. But so what do you think? Do you think that, see, I am a gay homosexual, and I believe all lives matter. Even gay, even straight, black, Asian, white, Hispanic, everyone does, because God does not discriminate either. He loves all. Praise Jesus. He does not discriminate. I love my Lord. Okay, well, I have 2 people in my stream. I don't know who's in here. But what I'm going to do is do this and see if it makes a difference. See if I go down to one stream. Now, if I go down to one streamer after I just did what I did, then I know that there's nobody in here watching me. I'm all alone. If I'm all alone, I'll still continue to talk, so hopefully people watch these videos. Really trying to get affiliated. Well, I'm affiliated. I'm trying to get affiliated with a following of people. I'm trying to get a following so that this can become a career, because I don't make money on my disability. I can't even barely afford my medical marijuana, and without that, I'm in agony with pain. I refuse to take the Oxycontin that they prescribe me, because when I'm on that, I can't function. So I really hope that this works out for me. I'm going to be here every day for the next 6 months. Hopefully by the next 6 months I have at least 160 followers or more. I'm at 66 followers. I wanted to do giveaways. I spoke to a good friend of mine, and he told me not to do a giveaway now. He says it's too soon. I have all the giveaways. I have 3 $20 Amazon gift cards and 3 $20 Microsoft gift cards. But I'm not giving them away until I have at least 10 to 20 people in my channel at a time. So if you want this giveaway, the best bet would be to have as many people come into to get your friends to come on in so we can get this giveaway going. But okay, I'm gonna end for now. So bye all. That was good talking to you. And once again, thanks Dementia. Everyone, you should follow Dementia. He's a great guy. I've known him for a while. Good friend of mine. I've known him since the 2nd grade. He's a good buddy of mine. You know, he looks out for the little streamers. He looks out for the less fortunate. He's a really good guy. You know, I've known him since I was 8 years old. I'm going to be 39, so I've known him for 38 years. I don't even consider him a friend, and I even say this to him all the time. He is my brother. Blood brother. Literally, we should be blood related. You know, and I say I love him. I love him. I love him with all my heart. If anything ever happened to him, I don't know if I'd be able to go on. It would be hard. I'd be so devastated. I'd be so devastated. I don't know what I would do. Seriously. I mean, you only have one really good friend. And if you're able in your lifetime to have one really good friend, like my friend that I have, then you're really lucky. And my dad told me that once. He's like, because I only have one friend. I mean, it may sound sad and pathetic, but my dad said to me, he's like, don't be down that you only have one friend. And I'm like, I'm not down that I only have one friend. I just wish that, you know, I see my sister, she's always going out here and there and there and there, and I'm sort of comparing myself. I'm not upset that I only have one friend. I'm grateful. I'm so happy I have my good friend. You know, I love him. I don't know what I'd do without him. You know, I'd be devastated. I'd be so upset if anything ever happened to him. Oh God, it'd be worse than Florence. It'd be worse than my grandmother. And my grandmother's alive and she's 90, and I know when she goes it's gonna be bad. But my friend Jeet, cancel. Ooh, I slipped up in a scream. My good friend Zeet, I said Zeet. I should have said his name, but his name is Zeet. My good friend Zeet. Now I usually don't like to tell his name on here, but his name is Zeet. I know it's a weird name, right? But my good friend Zeet. He's just a really good friend, and follow him, and I'm sure you're gonna love his channel. You're gonna love his channel. It's way more exciting, way more popular than mine. I'm not even a small streamer. A small streamer is somebody with 20 to 30 people. I don't even know what you call me, because I have 1 to 2 people in. I must be like I must be like peanuts. Not even peanuts, less than that. So, but anyway, we're going to end this stream soon, but first we're going to end with a song. And when I end with songs, I sing, but now realized I have to I have to put these headsets in when I sing, and I'm gonna sing a song to you guys. And I'm a horrible singer, so it's gonna be comical. Actually, I don't have my phone. What the hell did I do with it? What the heck did I do with it? Oh, I hope I didn't leave it. Oh, there it is. Duh. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm down to 1 viewer again.